Yes, my name is Tonny Kwalanda. I'm 37 years old. I'm a digital broadcast multimedia journalist. I've been in the industry for the last about 12 years. I joined media in 2008, 2009. Started with K24 and of course left K24 a year ago. Now of course I am at Switch TV. I do sports for Switch TV. I have a show there every Monday, 8 to 9. And besides, of course, doing Switch and presenting, I also do public relations consultancy with specification on sports. So if someone has an event, a tournament, they wish, of course, to get publicity online, digitally, on mainstream, on radio, definitely that is my line of work. So that's Tonny Kwalanda in short. Mental health. Mental health is, in short, ukisikia mental, watu wanajuanga ni madhare. That's the first thing that comes to your health. So madhare health. But mental health is basically, I think, your well-being, I think the internal, the you inside, now the Tonny, not the physical Tonny, but now the things that Tonny hides. That is basically what I think is mental, but it begins of course in the brain. Unajua inaanzianga kwa akili. So mental health is basically wellness in your mind, in your brains, yes, in your medulla oblongata. Forgive me, sijasomea udaktari. Yeah, there is a concern with mental health, and the reason being is because it's something that we cannot see. It's something that we cannot tangibly see and give solutions immediately. Mental is something internal, and we hide it. So there's a crisis. Seriously, there's a challenge, especially with those people like some of us. We have an issue. I can testify with myself that I rarely open up on certain things. So it's a crisis, and I'm not the only one. Most men, I would say 80% of men, keep things to themselves until the last minute. So it's a crisis. And I think it's a high time that people really have to speak about it. People have to come out strong about it. So at least their brains, their medulla oblongata, their health of their mind is healthy. Otherwise, depression is there. People will die with stress. That's why if you don't have a good mental health, stress, depression zitakusumbua. And that's why you're hearing, even after the COVID period started, watu walikuwa wanaenda wengi sana. There was depression, there was stress, because now their mental health was not up to check. Let me start, of course, with the ladies. Ladies, the good thing about ladies like opening up about so many things. That's why you find ladies have a pack. Ladies move around like a wolf pack. So if in case they have problems, they share. So they carry each other's burden. And that's why for them they live longer. That's why you find ladies live longer, and men is the opposite. Because they share, they speak, and they bring it out, they cry it out. Now the problem with men, we keep things till God do us part. And that's the challenge that we have as men. And so it's a challenge, and there's nothing we can do about it, because I think that's how our culture has raised men to be strong, to cover up things, don't show your tears, stand up tall, and that's why we don't live very long. I would say, personally, how I handle mental health is I normally eat, nakula kwanza. Food gets me off a lot of stressful things. Now, besides food, of course you've come and noticed I play golf. I have specific days during the week where I come and just vent out, or get out my energy, just exhale, just let the body, loosen up energy, spray up, itoe steam kwa mwili. And that's one of the ways I deal with my mental issues, because I've had a lot of depression. You remember, of course, a while back we were let go of, we were laid off. Let me say we were fired from our previous station, and it was a very difficult time. It's a time that you didn't even expect to be laid off. You didn't have a job. You had nothing else to do. But now, another way, of course, how to deal with that is to try and speak with other people. Now, I have that weakness. I don't have so many friends. Yeah. However, the only place I get to vent my issues is in physical activities. I jog a lot. I jog twice in a week. 22 kilometers, that's of course 10-10. So 2 days I jog 22 kilometers. So that's the way I get my mind off a lot of stress. Work-wise, nowadays I work once in a week, that's at Switch TV. And then my PR work it's scattered during the week or during the weekend. So I don't have so much stress, or my mind is not so much clogged with so many things. So right now I've reached a level whereby I can easily space out my stuff, and I can easily exercise. Yani lazima urudishie mwili shukurani. Otherwise, you'll be clogged up and you'll die very soon, very young. So that's one way I have to just ensure that my body is able to survive for long. Otherwise, itakuwa ni ngumu sana kuishi na stress na depression, because COVID has brought a lot of stress. So the only way is to just live your life and wacha mwili, let the body just be your body. Usipatie stress na avoid alcohol. I'm sure the government has structures or ways in which all hospitals, I'm sure, government or private, have departments where individuals can go and talk to a psychiatrist or talk to a counselor. I'm sure there are, and we have many counselor organizations that offer this kind of services. The issue is that the government has not come out very strong to create a platform where people can easily come and open up and just have a very stable way of venting out things from there. So the government has failed. That's for sure. I can say that the government, in terms of mental health for its citizens, has failed miserably, especially during this time of the pandemic, where people really need somewhere they can talk to, or someone they can go to and have a shoulder to lean on. That's the problem where the government has really failed. In private organizations try, but 54 million people and the few private organizations, I don't think they are so much of a burden. Now, personally, I cannot remember any single day I've ever seen a counselor. I have never sat down and talked to a counselor. I have parents, aunties, uncles, or relatives who normally encourage me to speak to them about things about myself, but I find that's the way I was raised. I keep my stuff to myself, and I know it's a challenge, it's a problem, but now it will reach a time. Now, this COVID has just taught us that we just need to open up, because we're humans, we're not sisi Robocop. So lazima tuende sasa tuanze kuongeleshana. And of course, in future, I will have to sit down with a counselor, so at least I get to find out my problems and my challenges. But for now, I vent it out through physical activity. In my own opinion, I think the services have not marketed themselves well, unless I've not been exposed to them. Just recently, there's a friend of mine who joined a counseling organization and sent me I think a request, can I be counseled or have someone I can recommend for counseling. And up to today, I've not even gone there, because they say they can do it digitally. I think, yes, people don't know how much it costs to go for these services. And I think that's one challenge, or one way that is now causing people not to go for this service, because I don't know how much it is. I don't know. I've never been told it costs 20 shillings per session or something. But I think they should have they should create an offer. The way we have these terrific Tuesdays, but they tell people, just come today, we are doing it for free, so you can create awareness of this service. Otherwise, I have no idea or where to get my counseling service. The only place I can get counseling service is for my auntie or my uncles or any other people who are older than me. Otherwise, services, organizations, hata pesa hata sijui. It's a high time. I might fall in the bracket of being a hypocrite, but I've tried to escape from this situation. But we need to get advice or counseling, so at least our mental health is stabilized, because men, you know, ni wanaume mnajua mna shida. Personally, if I have kept so many things to myself, first I lost a job, I never went to see a counselor. In fact, even my employer didn't give me a counselor to go talk to, because that's something that they need to have, that kind of situation. I stayed for a job for a long time. Now we had issues, money problems, and all those things. We had stress and depression and all that, and we didn't get counseling. And definitely, I will highly recommend that men, please, tuendeni tutafute usaidizi kutoka kwa counseling organizations or kwa government. Enda kwa hospitali, go to any hospital, you will be assisted. Counselors are also available digitally, apparently. I know kama unataka kupata mtu atakucancel digitally ukiwa kwa nyumba yako, but if you're watching this, you can access, you can go and DM them, or you can personally go to at Kwalanda Tonny on Instagram, or at Kwalanda on Twitter. I will direct you to someone or people who can counsel you and ensure your mental health is okay. Ni crisis, tafadhali tusikufe mapema. We need each other till old age. Let us play golf till we are 80, 90. Sitaki kusikia ati watu walienda wakikuwa 50 ama 60.